Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how to respond, what to say when you hear the top 5 expired listing presentation objections. You set an appointment. Now you're in the house. This is your chance to get a listing agreement signed. What are the top 5 objections? Number 1, what do you do differently? Let's face it. Expired listings don't want more of the same. What do you do differently from the previous agent I had that obviously didn't get the house sold, and all of these agents that are calling me and telling me they could sell the house? How do you stand out, Mr. Seller? That is a great question, and quite honestly, probably one of the most important questions that you need an answer to. And Mr. Seller, here's what separates me from 99.9% of the agents out there. I am an active and aggressive agent. One of the reasons why your home didn't sell is, and I'm not saying anything negative about your previous agent, but let's face it, it's likely that your agent put your property in the multiple listing service, maybe did some open houses, put it all over the internet, took beautiful professional photos, did a video of your property. These are all passive marketing tools, and it's a huge reason why some properties don't sell with the first agent that hired them. I specialize in selling properties just like yours, and my job, Mr. Seller, is not to sit around for 6 months waiting for the buyer to find me. You and I both know there is a buyer for your house out there, and my job is to go find them. And how I do that, Mr. Seller, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until noon, I am on the phone talking to people about buying and selling real estate. I talk to 40 to 50 people every day, Monday through Friday. I market your home to the top agents in our area, so your home is not just one more property in the multiple listing service, a needle in a haystack. We're gonna cause your property to stand out. And Mr. Seller, I can't promise you that I personally will find the buyer for your home, because I am one Jackie and there are 10,000 real estate agents here in our area. What I can promise you is this, Mr. Seller. When you list your home with me today, I will make sure that 100% of the buyers and 100% of the agents who are working with buyers in this area, in your price range, know that your house is for sale. And that is what it takes, Mr. Seller, to get property sold in today's market. Let's go ahead and agree on a price. Let's look at the research that I prepared for you so we can get your home on the market and get it sold. Okay, that's it. That's it for that. I mean, you could expand on this. In a nutshell, if you deliver this powerfully and confidently, that's it. You're done. That objection, you just overcame it. The next one I wrote down is, I'm going to interview other agents. Well, this is an common expired objection because they're afraid to make the same mistake again. And they feel like, first of all, new expires, they're getting so many calls from real estate agents. So they feel like, it might be a good idea to speak with 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever, just so that I can compare and make sure that this time I'll hire someone that can sell the property. So how you respond is, Mr. Seller, I completely understand why you're thinking it might be a good idea for you to speak with a few agents, because bottom line is, you want to make sure that this time around you hire an agent that can get your property sold, right? And they're going to agree with that. You're creating a pattern of agreement. And Mr. Seller, when you think about the purpose, the reason to interview several agents is, for you to actually find one that you feel confident can get the property sold. Basically, an agent that is not like everybody else, an agent that is aggressively working to find a buyer for your property, who's going to be a tough negotiator on your behalf. So not only can you sell it, you can sell it for the highest price this market will give you, right? And Mr. Seller, based on everything that I've shown you today, do you believe that I can get the job done for you? Now, time out for a moment. You got to work on your listing presentation, because if you're not confident in your actual presentation, you're not going to feel confident asking this question, because they may look at you and say, well, yeah, not really. So your listing presentation, actually, when you have a really powerful listing presentation, you don't get that many objections. You're not even likely to get this objection. So when you ask this question, I trust that you've done enough of a great job that they will say, well, I believe you can get the job done. Mr. Seller, I do too. Let's go ahead and get paperwork signed so I can go to work and get this home sold for you. I know that you're going to be really, really happy that we're working together. I just need your signature right here. Point to the signature line, hand them the pen, get things done. The next one, how long have you been in real estate? Now, I'm assuming, let's assume, because if you've been in real estate for 20 years and you're selling a lot of homes, it's easy to respond to this, right? You just tell them, yeah, I have all these years of experience and I've sold X number of properties, and you have testimonials. What if you're a new agent? Maybe you feel a little more challenged in responding to this question, or objection. How long have you been in real estate? Obviously, you're going to tell the truth. So if you just got a real estate license last month, tell them the truth. Mr. Seller, I actually just recently got my real estate license, and one of the many advantages for you to work with me, Mr. Seller, is I am committed. I'm hungry. I am going to get the job done, and I know exactly how to find a buyer for your property, Mr. Seller. And I can assure you that no other agent, I don't care how long they've been in real estate, how many properties they have sold in the past, no one in this market will work as hard for you as I will. I have all of the resources required to find the buyer for your property. I'm not just gonna put your home in the multiple listing service, which is what a lot of agents do, and sit around for 6 months and hope and pray that a buyer will actually come up and buy your property. My goal, my job is to find the buyer for your property, Mr. Seller, and I can assure you that I'm gonna get that done for you. So let's go ahead and look at the research and the market analysis that I prepare for your property, so we can agree on a price, and I can get out there, go to work, and get this property sold for you. In essence, with this last objection, you have to assure them that you're not like everybody else. It doesn't, see, the number of years of experience or even how many homes an agent is selling, okay, if you're brand new, you may think, well, like, I wish I had that experience. Well, all of those agents started somewhere. I started somewhere. Everybody starts with no experience. So it's perfectly okay. What you want to impress upon the sellers is, even though this is a new career for you, you're a go-getter, you're committed, you're aggressive, and you're gonna get the job done. Whereas agents that have been in the business for a long time may be like really laid back, they don't care one way or the other. Agents who are selling a lot of homes, they have 30 active listings. Which one is their priority? None. This seller is going to be your priority, and you're committed to making it happen. That's what it takes. The next one is, have you sold any homes in my area? Again, just like the last objection, if you have sold homes in their area, great. Then you just tell them you have, and you tell how many you have or whatever. And this is easy. The challenge may be when you have not sold any homes in their area. And whether you're an experienced agent or you're a brand new agent, if you haven't sold any homes in the area, here's how you're going to respond. Mr. Seller, the truth is, I haven't sold any homes right here in your area. And actually, this can be an advantage for you, Mr. Seller, because I don't specialize in your area or in any other area. I specialize in getting homes sold. It doesn't matter where they're located. I work in all of the greater whatever city you're in Dallas, and it doesn't matter whether the property, what neighborhood the property is in. The process of finding a buyer for that property is the same no matter where the property is located. The negotiating process, closing the transaction, the process is the same, and that's what I specialize in. In fact, Mr. Seller, I go even as far as telling you that if I decided tomorrow to move to another state, the process would be exactly the same. And here's what I do, Mr. Seller, in case you haven't told them yet what you do to market the home, your active and aggressive marketing and everything else, then you could actually include that there, or you can refer back and say, as I told you earlier, this is what I do, and the process is exactly the same. And then the last one I wrote down is, can you do a 30-day listing? This is actually quite common expired objection, because if they've been on the market for 6 months with somebody else, the house didn't sell, they feel like they've wasted all of that time. And a lot of times they think, well, like, if you're that confident you can sell it, you don't need 6 months. I'll give you 30 days. Go ahead and make it happen. I have such a simple response to this objection that worked for me like a charm. So we're not going to overcomplicate this. You just look at them and say, Mr. Seller, my average days on market is, and tell them what it is. And preferably, you're going to have like a 3-ring binder or a list of the properties you have sold in the past 6 months to a year. If you're brand new, use your company's track record to show them what your average days on market is. Let's say it's 60 days. So you show them, Mr. Seller, you could see from these 10 properties that I sold last year, listings sold, average days on market was 60 days. Some sold in 21 days. Some took a little bit longer. And Mr. Seller, I can assure you that I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get your home sold for the most amount of money possible, in the least amount of time with the least amount of hassle. And the reason why the listing agreement is 6 months is simply, it's my company policy, Mr. Seller. And again, I assure you that no other agent is gonna work as hard for you to get it sold as quickly as possible and for the most money possible. So let's get the paperwork signed so we can make this happen for you. I just need your signature right here. Point to the signature line, show him the agreement, ask him to sign. So for me, I actually had a list of the properties, the listings that I sold in the previous year. I recommend my clients to do that, so you could actually show them in black and white, so they feel, you know, there's some evidence. It's not just you talking. But the way I handle this objection is, it's just my company policy. Let's go ahead and get the paperwork signed so I can go to work for you and do it. Okay. Very simple way to handle this objection. I trust you've learned a lot from this video. If you have any questions, put them below. Let me know your comments below as well. Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and I'll see you soon.